Hello, good afternoon, my worldwide community. Well, this is the second question to the challenge. I'm way behind. Um, did you hear about the talks, the water talks between India and Pakistan? So first, we'll give it some contact, and then I give my take on it.
Tracking on beyond at this hour, where India and Pakistan are all set to hold two-day talks on Indus Water Treaty from today. A five-member Pakistani delegation has arrived in India on Sunday for the 118th edition of talks.
So okay, Pakistan went to India to have these talks. Okay.
Now, the high-stakes meeting is likely to focus on the projects concerning both the nations. The Pakistani delegation, which has been very carefully chosen by the newly appointed Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, is being led by the Pakistani Commissioner for the Indus Water, Syed Meher Ali Shah, and it also includes the Chief Engineer of the Punjab Irrigation Department, the Director.
But this is my first question. How, if this is a party that's supposed to be representing Pakistan about the water, should this not be an existing a group of people that is already about that? How come now Pakistan, just asking, but how come is it only now that these talks are coming about? They're saying the Pakistan president or prime minister is only now selecting these people. They should have been there already. You see, things that have just all of a sudden been put together is also not really the best thing. The current government is showing that people that are just appointed ain't really there for the people.
Director General of the Met Office, the General Manager of Pakistan's National Engineering Service, and the Director General of the Foreign Affairs Ministry. The Indian side will be headed by India's Indus Water Commissioner A.K. Pal.
See, India on is just passed by the person that's already doing it. I agree with that. That makes sense. Not just you all of a sudden, okay, we hear this thing is going on and now, oh, we got a Russian scramble to put. This is about the water. I mean, this is supposed to be about people that knows about that. And even if these people do, why weren't these people then doing the thing before? Why are Pakistan only now choosing people? Their governments. This is not me being against the people or whatever, but the way how the governments are operating. As that is my thing with everything.
And Pakistan's delegation's visit comes after the Indian delegation had visited Islamabad for the previous round of talks in the month of March earlier this year.
Okay, so now this is in response to India went to somewhere else earlier, and now Pakistan is coming to aim. So what? This is a checkup. Are you doing things that they didn't like or something? I think India is doing good, and India is a source place. This is the whole thing what I'm seeing from what they call in third world countries. These are places that they full well they would have been doing very good without intervention.
All right, now to give us more updates in terms of what is expected over the course of these 2 days of talks, we're joined in by Vyont Siddhant Sibil, who's joining us live on this broadcast. Good morning to you, Siddhant. This, of course, is an important visit by the Pakistani delegation to sort out and to talk about the Indus water.
One user, 1 month, $131,000. Let's talk about this.
Treaty. Give us more updates.
Well, the talks will begin later today, and this is the second talk when it comes to India and Pakistan, when it comes to the Indus water entire formulation, entire treaty. Because remember that earlier this year we saw.
You hear what he said there? Treaty. This is where it all goes back to. Treaties. That's when they was linking up, deciding lands, all of these stupidnesses. Treaties.
That the Indian side had visited Islamabad. The then Indian Indus Water Commissioner P.K. Saxena had visited Islamabad, and now, of course, the Pakistani side visiting India. But there is, of course, a message in itself, because remember, this is the second Pakistani delegation to visit India in matter of few weeks. Earlier, we saw the Pakistani delegation coming to Delhi for the SEO talks, the SEO RATS, or Regional Anti-Terror Structure talks, happening here in Delhi. While, of course, India-Pakistan relationship remain frozen, especially when it comes to government relationship, we know that under the regime change that has happened, there has been a lot of conversations in terms of the letters, the protocol letters being written by both the prime ministers.
So here we hear again about the changing of a regime, the changing of how people were operating in the governments. But don't worry, we'll get things put back to how it was in the right and good way. But this is the thing though, the people, y'all need to be supporting the good people in politics that's doing something. But look up and really make sure your vote is being going towards somebody that is actually gonna do something. I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't vote. I'm not gonna say that you should wait on anybody, even me, to come and vote. The people that are currently there, if you don't see nobody there that is gonna represent the island the way, or the country the way that it's supposed to, if you don't see that the person that is running has their own money, their own business, their own connections, yeah, don't wait. It's a waste. But then again, to not vote is them also just, yeah, putting in who they want. That's also what it is. Because the fact of the matter is somebody has to do the job. So yeah, we need to focus on getting the right people in there. And right now, the way it's going about is, yeah, you're really choosing the lesser of two evils. Because even if the good ones is good, but they still ain't got their own money, they ain't got their own connections, they ain't got their own business. Yeah, the things what you going to do, you can't do because you ain't even got the means to do so yourself. That's already the big mistake.
Then, of course, Pakistani delegation visiting for the SEO talks. Now, of course, Pakistani delegation in India for the Indus water talks. There is the pilgrimage diplomacy there that continues. So, largely, will it lead to formal conversation between the two sides? It is too early to say, because Pakistan goes to elections in a few months' time, and the current Pakistani dispensation will not be keen to be seen very close to India. So there are a lot of permutations and combinations.
Yeah, I was already picking up on that. I was already picking up on that. That there too, there's a fight and division. And if I was to choose from the two sides, India, again, I'm sorry for Pakistan, but India's doing things the right way. I'ma always go for the one that seems to me, in my eyes, handling business the right way. The ones that in history, yeah, you wasn't really on that foolishness. You see now, Pakistan for that area is still kind of like the commercial place for the area. They're how they want it to be for that area. I don't think they fully got their hand, but Pakistan had a lot more war. They had a lot more time. They break down Pakistan, and there was a whole bunch of things with Pakistan. And now it's like, this is the whole thing. After they break you down so freaking much, it's like, yeah. So do I think that Pakistan is operating to the way how Pakistan would want to now? Like if it was run by their own people, like anywhere? But no, because the corporate bastards got their hands into the place. They got their hands into the office. Just like into the government, just like they do in a lot of places. So these, like I had just said, like I had picked up on. So India had went to somewhere, and that somewhere they also held their own. And these people don't like what India was saying. And so now they're trying to keep India under pressure. With what is this? Water. That's a necessity. I mean, come on. That's what is going on. But, that's just my feeling. But water, electricity, food, education, housing, these things are supposed to be to some level free. That's how I'm going to end this one.